Hey, what's up guys? In this video, we're going to talk about how to do omni-channel outreach in 2026. And I'm not just going to be talking about LinkedIn and cold email. I'm going to be talking about a third channel that no one is talking about and that is super underrated right now. So obviously, you know how the game goes when it comes to omni-channel outreach. Obviously, you need to find leads somewhere. That'll typically be some sort of database. You can even, just depending on the volume, that can even be some sort of manual search. If you have questions in terms of how to scrape leads, you can go to watch, like literally just YouTube it. There's a bunch of, I think Matt Lucero has a bunch of really great videos on how to scrape leads for cold email. And so that's kind of where you start. And then people will typically send that to some sort of aggregator, whether that be Clay, Freckle, Bitscale, Claude now even. Essentially what I mean by leads is all you really need to find is just websites. Because if you take all those websites and then you put those to like Clay, Freckle, Bitscale, or any one of those, you can have it find your decision makers. And then from there, you can have them find, so you go from decision maker to like, you figure out who the CEO is, or you have Clay or Freckle figure out who the CEO is, and then that'll give you their LinkedIn username or their LinkedIn profile. And then from there, you can find their email. And then from there, obviously still within like the aggregators, Clay, Freckle, you can send to like your smart leads and then Hey Reach. And then that's kind of the whole omni-channel outreach right now. But what we're doing, and that's working really well, is actually adding a Twitter component to this. So Twitter works really well in a lot of niches, and in some that I bet you probably don't even think are on Twitter. The thing with Twitter is that most of the people on there are actually just lurkers. And so it's not that they are posting regularly. So that might be the case with your ICP. Maybe they're not posting regularly on Twitter, but they definitely have accounts and they're definitely lurking around, meaning they do check their DMs. And so what we've built is a tool where you can essentially just chuck a bunch of LinkedIn and cold email data, and you can figure out their personal Twitter handles to then be able to reach out to them. So let me just show you how we do that right now. So let's just run the example I just gave on Freckle. So let's say let's just do it for myself actually. So we're gonna do drippy.ai, and then I'm gonna run this. This is gonna clean up the company name. So this should just give me Drippy. Okay, so there we go. This is literally just a prompt to clean the name from the website or to get the name from the website. Now, if we click this, this is actually gonna give us the founder URL link. Then it's gonna give us the reason as to why it thinks that's the founder's URL. And so here we go. Now we have, this is actually mine, which is pretty funny. So we have my own LinkedIn, and it gave us the right one. And then here it gives us just a little bit of reasoning as to why. And obviously you can do this in Freckle, you can do this in Clay, you can do it in whatever tool you use. Then we click this is gonna take first name and last name from the LinkedIn URL. Then we're gonna click find email. Now what this is gonna do is it's gonna waterfall and actually find the email. And so obviously this is if you don't have any of the data, but if we go back up here and you already have all this data, then you can just chuck it into kind of whatever outreach tool you'd like. Or if you just want to keep everything in one place, then you can use, again, something like Freckle or Clay to do this all for you. And so here, once we have this, then you can just connect your Hey Reach account, you can connect your Instantly or Smart Lead account. You hit this, and then now it is going to send. Now, once you have this set up, what you can do is you can download this list. So we're going to download this table as a CSV. And now, again, we can go to something like X Navigator where we can chuck this list in here. And now we can actually find every single person from that lead list on Twitter. And so all we need to do is map the fields. Here everything is mapped pretty much. We're going to hit import. Now it's going to start searching our database of over 350 million B2B profiles in real time. All right, here we go. So it was obviously just one lead, so it was super quick and it found me very quickly. And as you can see, it's the right one. So that's my profile, obviously Drippy, and then it links to our Drippy YouTube channel right there, which is perfect. And so what we can do from here is we can hit view leads on Drippy, and now we can actually create a campaign to send these messages out on Drippy. Now you can do this, or obviously, if you are running everything on, again, Clay or Freckle, you can just via HTTP API connect X Navigator and Drippy to your favorite tool to be able to send just like we did with HeyReach and Instantly. And so this is going to make it super easy for you to send not only via email, not only via LinkedIn, but also via Twitter, where reply rates are simply much higher because no one is using it. And if you were to do this all manually, meaning you don't want to do HTTP API for whatever reason, then it's super simple. Once we have our leads all loaded up, again, we hit view leads on Drippy. If you don't have a Drippy account, hit the first link down below in the description, go ahead and create one. And then our list will be directly uploaded into Drippy. From there, we go to automations, we go to add new, we go to cold DM 2.0. Now we just need to find our lead list. So it was the freckle. So it's this one right here. We're going to hit next. Script personalizer. So here we're just going to add a little bit of context to help AI personalize our messages. So we're just going to say something like, we help outreach agencies and go-to-market engineers reach out to their clients' prospects via Twitter. All right, there we go. And so once we have context, we're just going to go ahead and add a script. If Twitter is your third platform, typically what you want to do and what works the best is letting people know that you reached out to them via email and then that you reached out to them via LinkedIn, but you really didn't want them to miss this. And so that's why you're reaching out to them. Essentially, the key here is making every single lead feel like you are reaching out to them specifically and that they're not just another lead on your list, right? Because no one likes feeling like they're just another lead on someone's list. So I would say something like, hey, then I would add first name personalization. Obviously, with the lead list that you add to X Navigator, you can add any variable. So if you have your messages written already inside your Freckle or your Clay account, then you can send those messages directly to Drippy as well. So here we would just do, hey, first name, messaged you on LinkedIn and sent you a quick email, but really didn't want you to miss this. And then you would get into whatever it is that you are trying to pitch them. Then for settings, we typically like doing split messages. This will make it so that if you, can you check out my website, right? So obviously you wouldn't send this, but if we hit generate, this is going to send as two different messages, and that makes messages just look way more legit. Why? Because most people don't think that automations can do this. And so if they see two message bubbles, then odds are they're going to think that it's an actual, like, see, this is what I mean. So it's, hey, Alex, messaged you on LinkedIn and sent you a quick email, but really didn't want you to miss this. Can you check out my website, right? Or whatever it is that you want to send it to these guys. So we're going to do split messages, and then you can include website context as well if you are using some of the custom personalizations. We're going to hit next. You can add any message variants in there. So you can A/B test, you can add follow-ups in here. Then you want to schedule your automation. Typically, if this is a warmed up account, anywhere between 10 and 16 messages will be perfect. And then for advanced settings, right now you want to select auto follow and auto like, just because of what Twitter is doing with XChat to make sure people are seeing a couple notifications before your message actually shows up in their inbox. Then we hit next. You just give your automation a name, you select your own sending account, you hit create, and now you're sending messages on cold email, LinkedIn, and Twitter. All right, so that is pretty much it for today. That is exactly how you want to be doing omnichannel outreach in 2026. Twitter is by far the biggest blue ocean right now in the outreach world. Lots of companies are starting to move into the platform. So if you're watching this, you're still early, but I highly recommend you take action before your competition does. If you want access to X Navigator, the waitlist is linked down below in the description. If you want access to Drippy, that'll be the first link down below as well. As always, I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.